Hello and welcome if you're new to my channel and if you're a subscriber, a warm welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Barbie inspired dinnerware. Inspired in terms of the colors, the styles, the designs. Some are playful, some are fun, some are whimsical, some are a little more classic, but they all have pink in varying shades, some more pink than others, but the focus is very much on high quality products and dinnerware that you can still use well after Barbie mania has passed. I'm Anesu Sagonda and I produce educational luxury content for anyone after the finer things. Whether you're new to money and wanting to learn how to navigate the terrain, or you're into luxury but you want to focus more on high quality, under the radar brands, or you're young and starting out in life and wanting to reap the benefits of buying high quality from the get-go, then my content is geared towards you. Whilst playing back the intro, it occurred to me that my top was simply too light pink in color. It was a light pink beigey color, and I thought, if you're going to create Barbie inspired content, you need to go the whole hog and go for something bright, bold, fuchsia pink, and hence the change in top. I went to watch the movie last weekend and I think I must have been the only person in the entire cinema who wasn't wearing anything pink. I refused to wear pink. I didn't want to wear pink, but I wanted to watch the movie. And I suddenly thought to myself, I like the whole vibe around Barbie. Why not create some content? And I was trying to think what to do. I'm currently working on updating my dinnerware video. And I thought, why not talk about dinnerware, pink in color, varying shades, and fast forward, here we are today. There are three different types of dinnerware brands. I'm going to attach above a video, my first dinnerware video that I'm going to be updating. And in that video, I talk about the different types of brands. The first is your more traditional brands. Think, for example, Bernardo, Haviland, you have Wedgwood, Royal Crown Derby, Royal Doulton, for example. They are focused on using either fine bone china or porcelain from Limoges, for example, for the French brands. And they produce fairly high quality products. The focus is very much on the quality of the porcelain that's used. And then there's a lot of handwork, the detail, the quality of the work that goes into that. It's brands that are focused purely on creating tableware. The second group is your more fashion focused brands. Think, for example, Tiffany & Co, Etro, Versace. You have Aquazzura, for example, that I'm going to be talking about in this video. And then the third group is your artisanal brands. So it's more your contemporary designers, your ceramists, your potters, new companies that have been started typically in the last 20 to 30 years. And they're focused on producing tableware, but a more contemporary feel in terms of the look, the designs, the shapes, and so forth. And I have about 2 brands I'm going to be talking about. On the traditional side, I have 4 brands. The first 2 styles I would like to recommend are from British brand Summerill and Bishop. I first spoke about them in my best tea towel video, which I'm going to attach above. And you can't talk about Summerill and Bishop without mentioning their tablecloths, which is what they're known for first and foremost. Absolutely stunning. They're striking, vibrantly colored tablecloths that come in a whole slew of colors, color combinations, patterns, designs, shapes, and sizes. They are arresting. Whenever I go into one of their 2 showrooms in London, I will always look at the tablecloth wall just to see what they have, some of their core styles, if there's anything limited edition that's there. They are beautiful. As a brand, they are very comfortably top end of the mid-tier. Tablecloths are typically priced between about £200 to £300, depending on the style, the shape, the size, and so forth. And if that's out of your budget, then I would say they always produce complementing napkins. So that's an easier way to swallow the cost and dabble in the brand. And you get a design you like, but the napkins, and you incorporate it with your design. But their tablecloths are phenomenal. I just go into their showrooms to swoon at their tablecloths, as well as to look at their center tables, because they typically will have beautifully laid tables, which is the best way to sell your tableware. And I'll just go there for inspiration, for the conversation. It's an absolute feast for the eyes when you're in their showroom. What I would like to recommend from them is 2 ceramic styles. which are their own brand. They do stock other artisanal brands as well as their own branded stuff. And I'll talk about 2 brands that they have amongst others in my updated dinnerware video, Astia de Velati and also Casa Rialto. But my recommendation will be 2 styles from their own brand ceramics. The first is a light pink solid colored plate. And then the second option is the ceramic with the floral detail, the light pink floral detail. I like the way they have mixed and matched the solid pink with the floral option. You can also throw into that just a plain white plate as well, depending on whether you want to go the whole 9 yards and make the table setting very pink or mute it down a bit, depending on what you like, the white with the floral or the white with the solid light pink. You have options. And then of course, you can look for table napkins that are either the solid color, pink, or you can go for pink detail on it. I just happened to be in the Belgravia showroom, and same time as Barbie Mania, they also have a pink table setting. Nothing to do with Barbie Mania, it just happened to coincide that they produced the table setting at the same time. And I like the fact that it's a gentle introduction to pink. It's not full on of pink detailing on the tablecloths and then the pink table accessories, some of the brands I will talk about in a later video. But then you also do have the option of either a tablecloth with pink trimming around the edge, striped pink and white, or you have pink floral detail on it. So you're spoiled for choice, and you can get something depending on whether you want to go full on pink or something a little lighter. What's also worth mentioning, when I inquired as to whether they have anything appropriate for Barbie Mania, they showed me the sequined couture table sample, and they said this is absolutely perfect, which I agree. It's full on, it's sequins, it's bright, it's bold, it's outstanding. So that's just something for you to get on your radar and consider. Second, or rather the third style I'd like to recommend is from Parisian brand Marie Daâge, and it's a brand I have mentioned before. I think I may have actually mentioned I'm currently looking for my own second dinner set. I'm looking for something more al fresco focused, and one of the brands I've considered is Marie Daâge. But the more I look, the more I discover some of the most amazing brands out there. So I'm currently struggling with information overload, and the more I look, the more I see. And I'm going to talk about a lot of those brands in due course, but Marie Daâge has a beautiful showroom in Paris, as you can imagine, and she's literally 2 doors down from the Astia de Velati showroom in Paris. They're located on the same road. Beautifully laid out tables. And what I like about Marie Daâge's plates is she works with Limoges porcelain plates, and then she hand paints designs on top. So you can have something custom made and it's unique for you. Or you could look at one of her over 1,000 samples and choose something you like, or create a variation of what she already has. I typically see quite a few of Marie Daâge's plates in some of the top end showrooms I've visited in the United States of America, here in London, continental Europe, and I like that. It's a high-end product. It's an elevated dining set brand I would recommend for somebody who wants an elevated experience, beautiful, elegant, hand-painted designs. It's unique, it's custom made for you. It's absolutely stunning. I remember recently seeing her work in a luxury homeware store here in London that I recently discovered, and when I saw it, I immediately knew this is Marie Daâge. And then there were other pieces from Marie Daâge that were created specifically for this particular showroom. But she is known, she has a number of signature designs, but I think her main one is the finger-shaped designs she has around the edge, the rim of the plate. And that's something you will see in a lot of showrooms, and it comes in a whole slew of different colors. My next recommendation is from Aquazzura Casa. And in the United Kingdom, they recently started retailing their tableware. I was walking through Herend's, through their dinnerware section, and then I saw tucked in a little corner Aquazzura Casa, and I was absolutely gobsmacked, and I stopped me dead in my tracks, and I was like, oh my goodness, I hadn't seen this one coming, but it makes sense. Italian footwear brand, and now they've diversified into dinnerware by way of brand extension. Once you you're producing a product where people don't typically buy a lot of it, you then look at other products they potentially may be interested in. And what's interesting, when I saw Aquazzura for the first time, Casa, I immediately knew where their inspiration came from. Because a lot of brands that create dinnerware, for example, as an extension of whatever they're already producing, they will typically look to brands that are focused on producing tableware and source inspiration, create something that's similar that has done well for other brands, because it typically will do well for them. And when I saw Aquazzura's leaf-inspired plates, they come in the pretty pink color and also very light pink, a gentle pink, and the cream, which you can mix, I immediately knew the inspiration came from a brand called Bordalo Pinero. I have been seeing their fairly detailed cabbage leaf inspired serving bowls, dinner plates, and so forth out and about. So many brands have created their own variation of the Bordalo Pinero cabbage plates and serving bowls and so forth. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is something that works. It's fun, it's a talking point, it's al fresco. I get it, I can see why they do it. It's a no-brainer. I would actually recommend this more for, to me, it's got a very young, fun feel to it. A little on the trendy side, someone who's maybe 20s, 30s, your second dinner set. You want something fun. You're ready to slightly elevate your dining experience and you want something different, well made, and a bit of a talking point. I think this will be perfect. My next recommendations are now moving to your traditional porcelain brands, the British brands, and also your more traditional Limoges focused brands. The first is Royal Doulton, and they have a design, 1851 signature. I think that's one of their signature designs. This particular design comes in a whole slew of other colors apart from pink. So you could mix and match with other colors or introduce just plain white. Very easy, affordable, accessible price point. Everyday pieces that you can use day in, day out until they break or crack or whatever, and you just keep replacing. They're accessible, they're affordable, they're well made, and I like just the splash of color in the middle. And of course, you have so many color options you can mix and match with, as I've mentioned. The second is another British stalwart brand, is Royal Crown Derby. And what I like is this particular tea set. I like the pink, I like the gold detailing, makes for an elevated tea set. You're having a dinner party, you're having people around, and you just want something nice, something that's pretty, something that's elegant, a bit of a talking point, and it looks the part. Absolutely fantastic. And then my next recommendations are from a brand I will talk about in more detail in my updated dinnerware video. It's a French brand called Haviland et Parlon. It's an offshoot from Haviland, created by the great-grandson of the original Haviland owner of the business who started Haviland. And now it's been run by two ladies, but it was started by the great-grandson and his wife. What I really like about this brand is they still very much are focused on the traditional methods of production, but more so hand painted. A lot of their work is still hand painted, but I like the way they've introduced some really bold, outstanding, but still elegant, elevated designs. The circus, which I particularly like, and I'll talk about in different colors in my updated video, I really like. It's bold, it's outstanding, you can dress it up, incorporate it with white just to mute it down, or have the different variations of the circus, and it's quite outstanding. It's bold, it's an incredibly elevated everyday or something that you'd use on special occasions. But I personally don't believe in special occasion dinnerware, but every day is a special occasion. And if you like something that's outstanding, go for it. And I can see, for example, brands like Tiffany & Co. This is something I have seen in some of their work that I've been asked to take a look at. And then the final recommendations are from Herend. The first, either the pink with the white floral option or the butterfly option, depending on what you like. And of course, there's the signature gold trimming around the edge that Herend typically create with their dinnerware. That is their signature. I would be more inclined to use these plates as serving plates, or if you're going to incorporate them into your dinner set, is to maybe include white plates, tone it down a bit, depending on just, I guess, the type of setting you're aiming for. But it's quite an outstanding design, and I'd be more inclined to tone it down as opposed to using the entire set as a dinner service, but more as serving plates. Bear in mind, with all of the Herend pieces I'm going to be showing you, None of them are readily available. They all need to be ordered, and the turnaround period is 12 weeks. And it's now August. Europe is typically closed for the summer months, so you won't get anything if you order it until possibly end of the year, if not beginning of next year. So the first two recommendations, either the pink or the floral and white gold trimmed plate. And then my final two recommendations are what I think are real Barbie plates. The first, this particular style to me is Barbie. If I was to choose one style, this to me says Barbie. And then the second style, this says Barbie and Ken. Do you agree? Or do you think, no, it doesn't quite work? But I think they very tastefully say Barbie and Ken. I think they're beautiful. I think they're elegant. I think they're poised plates, and plates that you could keep using long after Barbie Mania has come and gone. They can blend into any collection, mixed with other colors. They would work incredibly well. But as I mentioned at the beginning, I just thought, let me create some fun content around Barbie Mania. Dinnerware is something I enjoy, I'm passionate about, and creating a lot of content around. Let me know your thoughts. What do you like from any of my suggestions? Do you like any of them? But to all my other viewers, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe if you're interested in additional dinnerware content, because I have a lot coming out. But any other thoughts, questions, comments, in the comments down below, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.